All righty. Live from Atlanta, Georgia.
Live from Las Vegas.
Live from a remote location on the East Coast.
And live from Houston, Texas.
All right.
It's the Keto Show with Tom, Mike, and Lee. And today we have as a special guest, we have Misty from Your Pal Misty. And folks, I'm here to tell you, the channel name fits her perfect. She is Your Pal Misty.
Yep, really is.
You have Misty as a friend. You have a friend for life. I mean, she is going to be right there with you.
And I might add, okay, we all sort of intermingle with one another because of keto, low carb, whatever. Okay, but I got to say this: for as long as I know her, she has took it to the max. Okay, she really got herself squared up, and she's really doing really good. And I tell you what, I'm saying, God Almighty, you're the only one really out of all of us that's sticking to it and got results, got good results. So why don't you go ahead, Missy, tell us a little bit about your story, and we'll take it from there.
Sure. Yeah, absolutely. And thank you all for having me. And for anyone who's joining, thank you. Normally my opening is howdy. It's Your Pal Misty. And like Mike said, that is exactly why I have the channel that I have. And the name that I have is I love community. It's something that I've grown to love over YouTube. And so if you'd like to come and visit, I would love to have you. I just see my mama join the chat.
Hey,
so I got
Mama.
my mama, Miss PJ, a shout out. Her name's Pamela. So thanks for being here, Mama. But just a little bit about me is I had gotten a new job at the end of 2019 and it was going to involve travel. And so I was 330 pounds. I took one trip and was exhausted and never kind of wanted to do it again. And I'm like, oh no, I already took the job. So I decided to lose weight. That was my original thing. I just wanted to lose weight. It wasn't about getting healthy or none of that. I just wanted to lose weight, be a little bit smaller so I wouldn't really be more of a burden to other people on an airplane, right? If I had to travel, and I wouldn't have to just look for places to sit down every few minutes. So I had tried everything. I was heavy for as long as I can remember, and my mama would help, and we did all kinds of diets. We did slim fast. We did, I've done vegan, raw vegan, vegetarian. And it's not that anything is wrong with any of those ways of eating if that's the one that works for you. But I had gone on a doctor assisted plan, which was basically a super low carb diet. We started researching it a little bit more, and I found out it was keto, right? So on February 2nd of 2020, because it's the same forwards and backwards, and I like numbers, I decided to go ahead and start. And I started, my official weigh-in was 330 pounds. Pretty sure I was heavier than that at some point, but that's where I officially started, was 330 pounds. And then over the last 3.5 years, I have lost half of my body weight. I got down to 165 pounds. I'm a little bit more than that right now. All doing a keto. I say low carb because I eat ingredients that the keto police don't really like. So I more often say I'm low carb just to keep it easy, but it is super, super low carb, which most people would consider keto. And then I've gotten into fitness. I have to say it because it's a big thing in my life. And last month I was actually certified as a personal trainer through the American Council on Exercise. So
Excellent.
I'm excited to share my story with others, and anything that I can do to help or answer or just hang out and chat, I'm more than happy to do it. And again, thanks for having me this evening.
Oh, it is our pleasure. It is our pleasure. So, Misty, do you remember how we met?
Well, we met through YouTube.
Yeah. It was basically from G and Nikki.
Oh yeah, I met most of the people that I know through G and Nikki. You're absolutely correct. Yeah, it was a long time ago. Yeah, you're my brother from another mother. So
Yes.
Mike makes a joke and I'm laughing. I'm like, you're so funny, and everybody else is like, what?
What?
You gotta be Southern. You gotta be Southern. He's my Southern brother.
That's right. That's right.
I think I met you through Alan. I think that's how it happened.
Oh,
yeah, because Alan's in that same group with G and Nikki.
And the thing that got me was because I eat clean. I mean, I don't go any far away from too much. Okay, right. That's when I cheat. The only reason why I do that because I'm type 2 diabetic, and that's the only reason why I do that. So I got to watch exactly. But your turnaround. I mean, I watched one video where you were like, you sort of crying about it, and I said, "My God, she is into this more than anybody I have ever seen in my life." And I'm saying, but in a good way. You know what I mean? And I watch you, and all of a sudden, I started getting re-inspired again, because you do hit that point where, well, why can't I have a slice of pizza? Why can't I have this? Why can't I have that? And I tell you what, you blew me away, kiddo. You blew me away. Really
Yeah,
did.
well, I appreciate that. And one of the things that I say is people do say, why can't I have this? Or they immediately start to restrict. And what I encourage people to do is, what healthy thing can you add? Because as you add the things that make you feel better, either in food or fitness or just mental health, right? The more you add, all that other stuff's going to go away. So can I have the pizza? Yeah, but it won't make me feel very good. So I'd rather not.
Right.
Yeah.
And for me, it's just been that simple. I mean, I jumped in. I went, I told my mom, they were telling me one day, maybe you could just do a little bit. And I was like, I don't think I have a little bit gene. I either have a we're doing this or we're not doing this kind of gene, right?
Yeah.
So
back to
that's
truck, back to trucking with the ice cream. Back it in. Come on. Beep, beep,
Yeah.
right. Exactly. I mean, it's a whole pint. You want to eat part of that? What is that? You know, but it's that all or nothing sort of mentality. And luckily for me, some obsessions are good.
Yeah. I mean, I have people that say, I won't watch your channel because it's a diet, it's a fad. I said, okay, well, that's fine. That's up to you. But what I make, okay, and if you want to add potatoes to it, you want to add apple pie at the end, go for it. But what I made is good for me, and that's it. And you know what? We got a pretty good community as far as with different channels, different people have people do stuff. But it's that whole idea that I'll show you my blood work versus your blood work to somebody who's a skeptic. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's
oh
the thing.
yeah. Absolutely. I mean, I'm not on my cholesterol medicine. I'm not on my blood pressure medicine. I'm not on my thyroid medicine. I'm no longer on my anxiety medicine. Like, I mean, yeah, go ahead. You're right. It is a diet for some people, and those people lose the weight and then they stop eating that way and then they put it all back on. That's with anything you consider a diet. I consider this the way that I'm going to eat forever because it's the way that's made me feel better than I ever have in my whole entire life. So why would I change?
You are very impressive. Very impressive.
Yeah.
For sure.
I saw Steve over on Serious Keto's channel, his channel. He talked about a comment, and I said, this sums it up perfect, that he had, where somebody said, and he said, I get this kind of comment all the time. Oh, I don't do keto. It didn't work for me. And it's like, I got on it and I lost this weight, and then I came off of it and I put the weight back on. So I'm not doing keto anymore. And he says, okay, you got on keto and it worked. Then you got off keto and went back to what wasn't working, and now you're going to blame the one thing that was working. You know?
Yeah. Well, if I can't have mashed potatoes, I ain't doing that diet.
Yeah. Pasta is the big one I hear. Oh, well, if I can't have pasta, I really thought I'd miss pasta a lot, and I really don't.
I'm married to an Italian. Woo.
Oh, true.
Biscuits.
Yeah,
my Southern blood, man. I tell you,
that's a hard one to give up. I love a nice, good, warm biscuit.
Oh man,
Lee was doing his Sunday morning cooks, okay, and he was trying to keto-fy biscuits, okay, and the camera went on, and I guess Mrs. Bear, she was doing a camera, and she said, Lee, what are you making today? And he said, biscuits. And she went, not again.
Because, I mean, you get this image of what a biscuit is, right?
Yep.
And then you get this hockey puck, and it tastes like almonds. Like just gritty, sandy almonds. And she's like, no, stop. Don't do no more. 4 recipes later. No. So she doesn't want a keto version of whatever. She wants the real thing. So I got to call it like something else, like a Kisket or something. So she's like, it's not a biscuit. It's a Kisket.
Yeah.
And that's where I made lasagna and I used the palmiti noodles. Don't call that lasagna because it ain't. She goes in thinking it's lasagna. What the hell is this? Sorry, babe.
Yeah.
Misty,
Well,
let me ask you a question.
Sure.
Do you think that cutting back on low carbs and stuff like that, and that I know that you hit a stall a couple times here and there.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think, not actually, but do you think that the exercise helped break that a little bit?
I mean, to be very honest, exercise has helped change my whole mindset. I'd lost 100 pounds before, but had never done any physical activity. And in fact, this time I was on my very first live stream on YouTube, and a bunch of my friends were like, "Hey, we're going to join this fitness challenge." I'm like, "That's great for you. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing anything fitness." What? I'm losing weight. Were y'all not here when I talked about what I've been doing? But then I was like, "Oh, it was actually G and Nikki were part of it, Mike. We were doing an abs challenge with Val, who unfortunately doesn't do YouTube anymore, but I still talk to her on the regular." But I was like, okay, fine, I'll just do it. So because I don't want them to be talking about it and me not be part of it, right? I wanted to fear of missing out kind of thing, right? And then it just kind of stuck, and I was like, well, this is kind of fun. And then I met my coach Kirsten over at Quick Fit Home Workouts here on YouTube and started working out with her, and my whole mindset changed to not only does the food fuel me in a way that feels good, but the exercise resets my mental health every day. It has made me feel empowered in my body. It has made me, as I've lost half of my body, for anyone, even for y'all, with the weight that you have lost, you walk different, you sit different, you do everything different, and sometimes it's hard to understand the new body. So you kind of go back to what you're comfortable with, and I think that's why a lot of people will put weight back on. So yeah, for me, fitness, I mean, that's part of the reason why I got certified, was because I wanted the knowledge to be able to help people who wanted to get more movement in, right? And people are like, oh yeah, I'm not doing really anything right now. I'm like, well, where do you think you can start? And they're like, I'm going to start with a 30-minute workout. I'm like, well, who did you just turn into? Because you just said you was doing nothing. Maybe go for a walk first, right? Like, so, but I've been the 300-pound person and know what it's like to work out as a big person versus now. And so I'm able to say, yeah, don't do that. You're not ready yet. And that's okay. Try these things, right? A walk is exercise. If you're not doing it currently and you add some, you're adding physical activity. And yeah, in all ways, that has made me feel better and makes me keep eating the way that I do, because I want to be able to do those things, and I want to be able to feel my best when I do them. And I feel my best with the lowest amount of sugar in my body as possible.
Yep. That's the thing. I mean, August 12th, I hurt my knee. Okay. I've been in bed until a week ago. I had a physical therapist come into the house. I'm walking with a walker. I could put no weight on it. No, but that alone made me say, my God, okay, I'm missing everything. I'm going back because I'm blaming it on cheating. That's what I'm blaming it on, because inflammation. I put all that stuff away before. And that's why I said, and I remember one time you were saying, this is crazy. What you would do, exercise and stuff like that. And I'm saying, man, she's going to get there. She's actually going to get there and do it. And did. Your mind frame changed.
Oh yeah. Your exercise program that you do, you never cease to impress me with it. And I got to tell you, one of the most impressive things, because and I'm going to tell you, and I've told you this before in your comments, that the wall sits.
Oh yeah.
Now, folks, when I say a wall sit, I don't mean just sitting on a brick wall with your feet dangling and looking out and watching life go by.
I wish.
Oh no. You lean back against the wall and you get into a squat position, and you hold it there with your back against the wall, with your arms out. Yeah, you got it at it. And what was how long did you get up to doing that?
6 minutes.
All right. I knew it was over 5. I couldn't remember how much.
It was a long time.
But when I saw that, I said, that stuff ain't easy. That is hard.
No.
I just want to say hello to somebody in the chat here, real quick. Let's see. We got Rick from Twin Brook Acres, Ron's Keto Cafe, and also we have Meg's Mysteries. If I don't mention her, I'm gonna get dinner tonight. The Grilling Dude, the Grilling Dude, and Cheryl's Place. I think she just left. She said hello to everybody. Burpee Uncle, he's in.
Yep.
And let's see who else. Triple Threat.
got
Hello, Tasha. How you
Tasha.
doing?
Yeah.
Tasha's here.
Let's see.
All great channel. Listen, everybody, type in keto, and it'll be able to drop your link for you.
We got Twin Brook Acres in here.
Yeah, Rick's here. Okay, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut. Got to pay attention to that chat because that's
Cheryl's another one that we know through G and Nikki.
Yeah.
And
I forgot your mama too. I'm sorry.
Oh yeah, your mama.
I'm sorry.
Oh, we have Life's Magical Journey.
Okay. All right. I'm sorry, Christy. Go ahead.
Oh no! Look, like I said, if you're new to me, anybody, I also do a live stream every Monday at 6 p.m. Central. Feel free to join us over there. But yeah, no, I get it. You got to pay attention. I'll be talking, and be like, wait, let me see what y'all are talking about over here. So I get it. No, I was actually going to say pretty much to Ron's point, and that's exactly what it is it's so easy to start something and sort of what you were mentioning, Tom, I want to be motivated to do it. And that goes out right out the window. It just, motivation is fleeting and it does not stay. And it really comes down to discipline and consistency, doing whatever you can every day. Like I've been practicing so much on form to not hurt myself. And I rode a roller coaster this weekend that almost took me out and damaged my knee a little bit. So, I still have been doing physical activity. Mm-hmm. I'm doing limited stuff with half the weight that I normally would, but I'm still doing what I can instead of going, now, Tom, you hurt your knee. That's a little bit different. Mine's just a bruise, right? But it's not that bad. Sometimes you just can't do anything, for certain body parts. But it's really about the consistency over time. That's where real progress lies, and that's where change starts. But you have to do it long enough to be able to look back and see where you've come from and how much you've grown.
I'm to the idea where age doesn't matter.
No,
it does not. I don't hear that excuse. Oh, I can't. I'm. One guy said, "Hey, I'm 55 years old. I can't do that stuff." I said, "I'm 68. Damn it! Get up, walk." Mm-hmm. That's what you do. Just walk.
Yeah, just do physical movement. I've done research in the readings that I've been doing for my certification. Most people who live to be 100 years old, if you ask them how or look at what they're doing, they're moving all the time. Yeah. They're just doing daily physical activities, but they're moving all the time.
Yeah. There was a friend of mine sent me a TikTok, and it said that, the people that have like the shakes and the like all that they burn an extra 1,500 calories a day. So then they showed this guy, a real big dude, and he's got KFC and he's shaking all over the place as he's walking. And he's like, I'm going to make this work.
Help me. But it is true. Shivering, you burn more calories, which I guess is working out well for me because this little body without all the fat on it gets real cold.
I get colder faster. I used to could sweat in the dead of winter.
Yeah. Oh, I still sweat pretty good too, but no, that's funny though. Yeah. I like it.
Which I tell folks, they say, "Oh, you sweat a lot." I said, "No, I'm self-basting."
That's a good way to look at it, Mike. Let's see here.
So, what's your goal? You have short-term goals and long-term goals right now?
I'm really bad with goals. My last goal is to get my personal trainer certification, and that took months of study to do. So I've done that, and so now I'm just sort of determining what exactly I want to do next, either with that or in another realm. I don't share much fitness on my channel right now, and I've been thinking about possibly adding some of that in because it is such a huge part of who I am. But for short-term goals, well, maybe a long-term goal. I've been working on it a couple of years, it feels like, but I'd like to get to 1,000 subscribers on YouTube at one point, as far as like YouTube goals.
Nothing wrong with that.
I'm close to 800, so I'm not too far away. I'd like to do that. And then I would just like to continue to be consistent. And right now, I don't know where my end weight's going to be. A lot of people ask me what my goal weight is, and I don't know because I haven't been this small since I was 13 years old. So
Wow.
I don't, people are like, I want to get into these pair of clothes. I'm like, those pair of clothes disintegrated 20 years ago. Like, I'm not even that old, right? Like,
Yep.
so I
That's
mean,
great.
I get it, but I just don't know. And then for me too, for those of you who've lost a significant amount of weight,
Yeah.
I mean, I may be 165, 170 right now, but 15 or 20 pounds of that's just skin. So,
Yeah.
it's a little disproportionate. So I don't really have a goal weight. I just want to feel my healthiest every day and do the things today that will make me feel that way tomorrow, so that I can. What I'm learning is you can't just think happy thoughts. You have to do happy things. And I
Ooh,
want to
I
feel
like
good enough
that.
to do happy things.
I like that.
That's awesome,
that's
because
deep.
I mean,
Yeah.
just like I said, just knowing you, okay, listen to when you're on your lives and stuff like that, going back and forth, you're motivated yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
You're self-motivated. I mean, you want to do what you want to do, and people don't realize that, because people get in these little cliques and stuff like that. And say, "Oh, we're going to do this. We're going to do that." I can't be there tomorrow because I got. No, you're doing it. You're actually doing it. And it opened my eyes a little bit too about it. You know what I mean? As far as, because you can get lost in this.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, for sure you can. And I mean, I tell people all the time too that could I do it by myself? Yes. Would I have done it by myself? I'm not sure.
Right.
Because I never did before. But so it is nice to have a community that does motivate me when I don't have it within myself. But really, for me, if people ask me what is the one thing that has made me the most successful, it's discipline.
Yeah.
Doing it anyway.
Yeah, and you can see that. Just what
Thank
you do. That one time that I watched and stuff like that, and you started crying. I'm saying, Jesus. Okay,
It's a lot. It's people think of weight loss as what you eat. Weight loss is so much more mental than anything else.
Exactly.
Because if you can't get your mind right, you're not going to get your food right. You're not going to get your physical activity right.
I got that little devil up here saying, "Chocolate,
Yeah.
eat chocolate."
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Mm-hmm.
And then I'm
And
on
I
this
got
show.
Tom over here. I got Tom going, "You're not gonna feel that tomorrow." Then Mike saying, "Just a little bit won't kill you, but you're gonna feel it tomorrow."
Yeah.
And it's just
Believe me, those two guys have been in my ears all last week and this week. One of the guys I was staying with brought out all these little Debbies and Hostess stuff, and I was like, "Well, I can't tell you what my wife calls Little Debbie. I shouldn't tell you what Hostess is named either."
Oh man, I call the evil temptress.
I said, if I ever fall off the wagon, you're gonna read about it. It'll be all over the news.
Oh, I kind of fell
That
off the
guy
wagon
in Little
and got
Debbie's
drugged behind
aisle
it.
with a gun looking for milk.
Yeah, after the last 2 weeks, I've kind of fell off the wagon and got drugged behind it.
Well, you know what? Next week's a new week.
Yep. I'll be back on Monday.
What is it?
Yeah,
I tell you, if you're gonna do it, go ahead and do it. But let it be. If you're doing it on vacation, get back on it and do it right.
Well, I'm cheating with the wife. So how's that?
There you go.
The thing of it is that most of the time I have new people coming on asking questions, just starting this out, the whole bit like that. And I would say, don't cheat. There's no such thing as a cheat. Forget about it. Okay. If you cheat, you're cheating yourself. But okay, we are to the point now. I'm going on 3 years. Okay, doing this, and I feel good. Okay. To cheat, it's just like I smoked until I think 15 years ago. Okay, gave it up. I was telling Mike a couple months ago, I got in the car and I went like this, looking for the pack. And I quit 15 years.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's there again. It's that mental state that keeps coming back. Okay. This is not going to hurt. The whole 9 yards. So when people look at you and say, "Oh, keto, oh, low carb, that's just a trend." Get the hell out of here. It's a lifestyle.
That's the one right there. She's doing it. She's doing it tonight.
That's Tarsha. My fellow Georgian, Tarsha.
Yeah. So, all right. The fact of the matter, we hit on exercise and stuff like that, which I think is a big to do with this also.
It is for me, yes.
And did you ever dabble with carnivore?
I did, yes, actually. I didn't do it for very long. And to be honest, I think it was more of a mental hurdle. I love meat. I mean, I have a lot of it. Mostly ground meat. Y'all, first of all, I'm here with all the chefs, and don't go look at what I eat, guys, because I eat like the most boring, simple. But that also really works for me because for me, food is fuel, and as long as it doesn't taste horrible, I'm going to eat it, right? And then make some treats to supplement that. But yeah, I tried carnivore for a little while, and more. I don't even know if it was more mentally. I wanted some vegetables. Like I love green beans. Green beans are my jam. They're my favorite. So it was just, for me, it was too restrictive.
Yeah.
And I didn't, again, sort of what I would mention before, it's not about what you can take away, but what can you add? And I felt like for me, carnivore took too much away. And then it wasn't sustainable. So if I can't do it consistently for the rest of my life as a lifestyle, it's not the one I'm going to choose.
Yeah.
There you go.
Hey,
You
Troy,
got to make it work for you.
Yeah, everybody's different. A lot of people thrive on carnivore, and I get it. Like I said, I enjoyed the eating part of it for the most part, but then it lacked diversity for me, at least.
Yeah. Look at Hope over at Mission Keto.
Yeah,
her husband.
Yeah.
Oh, he's
Andy's doing great.
Andy's killing it on there. I mean, he is doing it.
He loves it.
Yeah, I don't label myself as far as, well, I'm doing it this week. I just do it. Like, sometimes getting a little bit of a doldrum or something like that, I'll just have, make some steaks or hamburgers or whatever. And Marie will say, "Do you want a salad? You want?" No, I'm just have this is fine. Okay. And then the next week I'll have my veggies and this, or just green, stuff like that. And I'm experimenting with a little other different stuff like jicama and
Ooh, yeah.
Make fries out of it and all different kinds of things.
Jicama make some coleslaw with jicama. That is.
I was gonna say just put some tahini on it. I
turn around and we just do it. I know we don't have anything. I was involved in a pantry collab. Cook what's in your pantry. Nothing. Spices. I had to dabble with that a little bit, but that's how I got through this.
And pantry is plugged in. It's called a freezer.
And YouTube kept me doing it. I said, "Wow." Well, it's my grandson. "Pop, you should make a video and put it on YouTube." All right, go ahead. We'll do it. I didn't know you had to edit. That's what I didn't. Do the editing. Yeah, it's bullshit. I ain't doing this. But just the people coming back, guys like Mike and Lee and everybody kept coming back and talking. I said to my wife, "I got to stay with this because I could be easily led astray." You know what I mean? And say, "Yeah, to hell with it. I'm just a fat guy. Get me size 54 pants and leave me alone." But that changed a lot.
I've been right now, like she was saying, she's the smallest she's been since what, 12, 13?
13, yeah.
I was in the 8th grade when I weigh what I do now.
Yeah. It's weird, right?
And I'm like,
cool.
This is crazy.
Yeah.
I bought breeches in a size large, like gym shorts in a size large. I haven't seen those except for passing them by on the rack.
I'm going to tell you, I went in the closet from the weight I'm at now. I'd be like John Travolta.
I got rid of them a long time ago.
Man, when I was at my highest weight, I used to I had to go get my clothes from Omar the tent maker.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was tricky to find clothes there at the end. I'm not gonna lie, because I was in like a 52 waist, like 4X shirts, and now I'm in a medium and a size like 30, 32. Oh my goodness!
You know what? And the good thing is, I take that as a win. Have to go out and shop or get some more pants and this and that.
Yeah, well, and I don't make it real. I'm so simple. I think that's why everything works really well for me too. Like this shirt is a medium. I've also had this exact same shirt in a large and extra large and a 2XL. It works. I buy them all smaller.
Yeah.
It's amazing. Some shirts I can get a large, so I don't have to get an extra large. I'm sorry. Some I can wear an extra large in some. I have to get a 2X in others. But I'm like, hey, that's better than the 5X I was wearing.
Absolutely.
I still don't fit in the athletic fit.
Oh, yeah. I
still don't fit in those.
I don't even
all
shop
my extra
that out.
skin kind of Yeah, not good.
Somebody asked me, do I go to a gym? I said, I passed it a couple times. I don't know exactly what it looks like on the inside,
Yeah, I didn't go to gym either. I work out from home, thanks.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's another thing that some people may not know when you were talking to me about all this fitness. Well, you can probably see it all behind me. Here's my gym.
Yeah.
Right there. There you go. There's my gym.
Yeah. I don't have to follow instructions from anybody. I know what I need to do and how to do it. And if I need any instructions, there's plenty of them on YouTube here.
Now, what are those things, the different color things that are hanging up back there?
Oh, they're my hats, my workout hats.
Okay, hats. I couldn't tell.
Yeah. Oh,
So
I know. There's tons of fun stuff up there. It just keeps going on and on and on.
I see a group Grogu.
Yeah, I'm a Star Wars nerd. I cannot deny. Oh, then you'll like the R2 up there. You see the R2 up there?
Oh, yeah.
He's a popcorn bucket. It was super cool.
I've got Lee has Death Star popcorn machine.
Yeah.
Oh, nice. Yeah, I like it.
Don't you have isn't it a Darth Vader? You got several things, right? And didn't you also get one that's a waffle maker?
Yep.
Yeah.
Got a couple waffle makers. Yeah. So if you were going to have somebody over that didn't know you were keto, what would you serve them? That wasn't keto.
Yeah, if somebody was going to come over that wasn't keto, I mean, it would kind of depend on the person. I'm one of those people, like, I'll make you food and I don't have to eat it if I don't want to. But to be very honest, I'd probably make like steak and asparagus because I feel like asparagus makes everything fancier.
Well, that's true. It does make it more high end, yeah.
But meat and vegetables. Yeah, meat and vegetables, because that's predominantly what I eat. I eat meat and vegetable.
When I'm with somebody that's not
oil,
that's not keto, I tend to not do anything that's cauliflower.
I stay simple.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I like going out to eat because I like to challenge the chef in the kitchen. I like to challenge that. Okay. And the waitress will say to you, also have a T-bone steak and what's the vegetable today? Well, broccoli. That's fine. Would you like a salad? No, I'm good. You want a side, baked potatoes, French fries? I say, no, I'm good. But it comes with it. I'm good.
Give it to the table next to me.
You can charge whatever you want to charge. I'm fine with it. Okay. So one of the regular places that, especially out here in Vegas, I mean, because you can get lost in Sugarland, just the chocolate fountain. I mean, I think they have one you can walk through, or that type of thing. But just one restaurant I go to, they know that we're keto. Yeah, he's a keto guy. Okay. And they'll bring out, I'll have an appetizer. Okay. Like shrimp cocktail or something like that. I'll have my steak and they do broccoli, Brussels sprouts, whatever. Okay. And that's fine. So when the first time we went there, the lady says to me, but it comes with a potato. I said, it's $34.95 for the dinner. How much is that potato cost? If you figure that out, take it off. It's fine.
Yeah.
Like that. But I try to dominate it rather than have them say, oh, you don't eat like that anymore? No, this is what I want.
We went to breakfast, Tom, and you were on my shoulder. I ordered this. It was an egg burger. So it was a burger. It came with a big brioche bun. It was about yay big. Had a pimento cheese, the burger, the egg, lettuce and tomato on the side with the other top of the burger bun. And instead of hash browns or home fries, I got the fruit cup. And did not eat the bun.
Yeah, there you go.
I had the tomato and the lettuce. I just picked it up and ate it like a wrap.
Yep.
And then pulled everything off the bun. And I said, Tom would be proud. And I got a fruit cup that was mainly berries.
I saw that video that you did on it, and I said, "Yeah, I'm going for the crab Benny."
Oh, that Benny looked dang good.
I saw they had a lobster Benny. I'm like, yeah, I can't afford that.
Yeah, they had a gravy, and I was like, oh. Nope.
Okay, we got Ketorific Mike's in the chat. I'd like to say hello to Ketorific Mike.
I see Scotty and Sleeper.
Hey, Sleeper's here. Our treasure at home. She's here. Yep. Nancy, hello.
Yep. Howdy, everybody.
Let's see.
I have a good crowd. I like it.
Yeah.
got
Congratulations,
this-
Ron. Ron was
Yeah.
about his weight loss.
Yeah, Ron really
Oh,
rocked
Ron's
it.
done
Yeah.
amazing. Yeah.
Yeah, Ron rocked it. And see, that's the thing. That's results right there. Okay, it
Thank you,
proves
Marie.
that no matter what we do, how we do everybody does it different right here on panel.
Yep.
Okay,
Mhm.
and we still get the
like-
results. So
On
come on.
vacation, I'm one meal at a time.
And we also have Tom's Food Factory, which
Yep, I forgot.
he
him.
is a regular on Lee's Sunday morning lives.
He
Yep.
covers up most of the barbecue channels.
Mm-hmm.
So, Misty,
Mhm.
what do you actually eat in a day? How many times do you eat in a day? Or does it depend?
It can depend. If I'm doing like a strength workout or workout with weights in the morning, I'll typically eat a lot earlier because I get hungry for protein. So I've actually recently started doing. I'm not a coffee fan because I don't like the flavor of coffee, but I found that if you add like protein powders and collagen and creatine and stuff to it, yeah. I love that cup. Sorry, don't distract me with Han Solo. Rude.
It's my favorite cup. It's my favorite cup, and when I go on go anywhere, I take it
It
with
goes-
me.
I don't blame you. That's a cool cup. I like that.
can't tell you how
But
many
yeah,
things
so
you do.
I normally start out with like a protein shake or a protein drink of some sort. If I'm not doing that, it's typically protein based, eggs with cottage cheese or egg bites if it's something that I've meal prepped. So I pretty much start my mornings out with protein and fat.
Mhm.
And then if I am going to have any carbs, which for me is normally, I've actually just recently taken on learning how to make sourdough. Because I
Okay,
do
yeah.
want some healthy carbs, and it's the lowest glycemic index bread.
Yep.
It's it's all these good things as far as a bread can go. So not to be triggering, but I mean I've made like 2 dozen loaves, and I've probably had a half of a loaf. I make
Okay,
them
yeah.
for other people, right, so that I can learn. So if I'm gonna have anything like that, that's typically in the middle of the day. And then, to be honest, I like ground meats, just
Yeah.
turkey, chicken, beef, pork, grind it up, put it in a bowl, and then just put some air fried vegetables. I love an air fried veggie, just
Oh,
any
yeah.
kind.
Yeah.
Why not?
Green
Why
beans
not?
are my favorite. Brussels sprouts, real good. Broccoli, cauliflower, turnip, like just air fry it, and and then you just put it in the bowl of meat.
Mm-hmm.
And to be honest, that's what I eat probably 75% of the time, is just meat and vegetable.
Yeah.
And if I am going to have any carbs, it's normally in the middle of the day so that I know that I can burn them off throughout the rest of the day and actually use them as energy
Yeah.
before they make me feel not as good.
Have you-
people get mixed up. I'm sorry, Mike. People get mixed
No.
up with cycling carbs. Okay.
Yeah.
If I try to say 20 carbs or less in a day. Some days I can't do it. And it's 50 carbs, 60 carbs. But if I'm going to be busy doing something, walking, moving around, okay, it doesn't affect my blood sugar that bad.
Right.
Okay. But I'm starting to get away from checking my blood sugar. I'm trying to figure out how I feel. Okay. Because if my blood sugar is really high, I can't see out of my prescription glasses.
Mhm.
Right.
Okay. So there's different tells that are there. And that's why I asked you how many times you eat. Sometimes we eat once a day. Another day I'll graze. But it's all no carb or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, there's some times where it'll be, my nieces came to visit me a few months ago. Poor babies. It was like later in the evening, and they're like, Aunt Misty, do you think we're going to eat dinner? And I was like, oh, right, dinner. Y'all are probably hungry. I wasn't. Y'all are hungry? I had so much good lunch food. Like I had so much protein and fat for lunch. I'm satiated. I wasn't, so that does happen where it, sometimes it can depend on what I eat too. Am I eating something that's really filling, like a high protein, high fat kind of meal? I might not want to eat later in the day.
Yeah.
And like I said, it really depends on what my physical activity is that day, what my physical activity, to your point, is going to be that day, because I know that, like, I walk with some friends every Sunday, and we were typically doing around 4 or 5 miles, and then we'd go have breakfast. And I found out that if I had toast with my eggs and bacon, I'd feel fine. If I had the potatoes with my eggs and bacon, I'd feel okay. If I had the potatoes and the toast, I wanted a nap.
Yeah.
And that wasn't what I was trying to do with the rest of my day. I wanted to still be active and, meal prep or do whatever for the rest of the day. So I'm like, okay, you get to choose, right? You can either go home and take a nap, and some days that's my choice. And I have both.
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
Guilty.
But yeah, I mean, it's the truth. But for me, what I always say is I don't eat a food that I haven't planned for. So I know on Sundays I plan for carbs. And when you talked about carb cycling, that's sort of the typical day that I do it is on a Sunday. And it's a little bit later after a 4 or 5 mile walk, right? So it can be tricky, but I think for a lot of people, the thing that gets them is that instant gratification.
Yeah.
Because it's going to be so good right now. And you know what? They make the food delicious so that you'll keep eating it and keep buying it. So you're not wrong when you think this will be delicious. It probably will. But how will you feel later?
Yeah.
And that's the part that just makes me go, yeah, I'll just skip it.
And that's the problem I get. So white starches make the inflammation go up, and I get all stiff, and then I got to take ibuprofen or
something. Hello.
Yeah,
I was just watching. I was telling these two guys that the other night I'm flipping around on YouTube, and that's all I watch is YouTube. I watch all these different channels and stuff like that. But that fat, okay, it was about a year and a half ago that came up, and then Fat 2 came up, and it had all the right doctors on there, and they went on about this, about how they're, with the sugars and the flours and stuff like that. And I'm saying to myself, Jesus, this is ridiculous what they're doing. And here was the kicker for me. When I hurt my leg, okay, I'm fighting to keep this blood sugar down. That's my challenge, okay? So I'm not eating that stuff. I don't care about losing the weight. I'll lose weight no matter what if I stick to it. I want that physical part of it as far as my body to feel better.
Yeah.
The doctor's on the phone with me, and he said, I'm sending you out a prescription, okay? Don't be alarmed, but the one medication I'm sending you, okay, will make your blood sugar rise. And like a spark went off in my head, and I'm saying, are you crazy? I'm fighting this to keep that down, and my primary's giving me a medication that's going to, all my work is down the tubes.
Yep.
And so that's how I feel about when people say, oh, but you're keto, you can't have that. No, I can. I'm the one that's got to deal with it. I'm the one that's got to deal with it.
Well, and it's like people with like tree nut allergies. Could they eat the tree nut? They could. They might die though. So maybe not. Maybe not. Yeah. Right now, it's not that serious for me. I might not die from it, but I may feel like death warmed me over, especially depending on. Now, I'll be honest. It's been a really long time since I've gone like off the trail for any part of time, but I did in the very beginning a few times. I remember my very first vacation, even though I was at home, I pretended like I was on vacation because I wasn't working. I ate all the junk I would have ate on vacation, and it was the worst vacation ever. I felt horrible. I was miserable. I didn't have any fun. And then I was like, dang, it was the food. And that was really kind of the first time where I was like, I don't like the way that feels. Yeah. And so let me try it again. Right. And then you're just like, nope. Oh, I still don't feel good. And so now I don't try it as often.
Yeah. And people have that conception that if you have an allergy to food, you're going to break out or itch or do something. No, you're just going to feel like crap. I mean, that's the bottom line.
Which
Lee knows that for sure.
You had a video. I want to say you were fixing to head to New Orleans to see your mama, and you were taking your dogs to your brother's house. And you went and you had tacos. You said, I'm going to eat some tacos. Should I not eat them? Yes. Am I going to eat them? Yes.
Yeah, absolutely. And my brother kept my dogs, and it was on my vacation, which I go every year to the same vacation spot. My family's been going there for 70 years. They have a Dairy Queen. Every Thursday I get tacos. I'm being there. I'm eating them tacos. But again, it's a food that I have planned for.
Right.
Because like today, French fries are my thing. They're kind of my talking about starchy. I love a French fry.
Hi, my name is Tom.
They're not a food that I eat every day. So like if today I decided, I could go get some French fries. No, today I can't because today's not a French fry day, right? Because I've not put it on my plate of things that I can eat today. So for me, that's what's really helped is that again, that discipline of, I didn't say I could have that today. I really want it. It's really going to taste good. You know what, Misty? You can have it tomorrow. And 9 times out of 10 tomorrow, I'm like, I'll just skip it. I just wanted it right then. I'm not feeling that way mentally anymore normally. So I don't physically crave the food. And so then I just ended up never eating it and still feeling good. Yeah. And the more often you do that, as with any habit, your brain kicks in. And the first time you're able to think that and be like, oh no, this will make me feel bad, you're one step closer to being able to do that over and over and over again.
Yeah. I've got, you talk about you do the protein powders and all like that. I do them. I love them. I use them as a big substitute for a lot of things. And Lee, you love the biscuits. That's your thing. Yeah. And I love the biscuits. And you can't be a Southerner and not love biscuits. I mean, it's just not possible. So anyway, I am working right now on a biscuit that's made with protein powder.
Nice.
I'm
down for that.
I'm like this close to feeling good about putting a video out there on it.
As long as it doesn't taste like a handful of almonds.
It's not. There's not a bit of almond flour in it. No almond flour in it.
Because that's where it was real gritty, and the wife was like, "No, no."
That whole thing with the almond flours and stuff like that. Okay, cardiologist years ago told me, eat a handful of almonds, but no more. Okay, so a handful of almonds in a man's hand is probably 22 almonds. After that, it becomes toxic. Okay. And I used to pop almonds down left and right, and feel like crap afterwards. Didn't know what it was. I may have had too much. But putting in a cup of almonds is almost 110 almonds. That's crushed up the way they figured it out. I don't know how they figured it out. Okay, putting that in there. You know, but the whole idea is that our body's not used to that. You know what I mean? Just like we all of a sudden got used to flours. Now, you know, and people would make the mistake is, does it have gluten in it? Well, it has gluten in it, but why are you not having the gluten? The gluten. Are you, gluten intolerant? Did a doctor test you and say that? Because if not, some of the gluten in there you could use in your body with no problem. You know, but yeah, I mean, it's just the different things that come up. And then people go off the track with everything. Why you can't have that? Why are you having this? Why are you having that? No, I don't play with it. You know? It's
like they talk about like oat fiber. Oat fiber can change the way something tastes to bring it back to something that tastes more like the real thing. But people say, "Oh, that's oats." I said, "It's oat fiber." There's a big difference.
You got to see how your body tolerates it and stuff like that. I have bladder cancer. Okay, I had to be real careful about anything foreign that I was putting in, as far as like the alternatives, like from sugar to like I'm just saying saccharin or any of that stuff. I had to be real careful because that actually played hell with my my microbiome. I mean, I just we just throw everything out the window for me, and there I am back in with another tumor. And go back and have to get the tumor extracted. So that's why I'm the way I am with it. I mean, as far as anything foreign, I try to keep as clean as I can. I'll have a glass of wine. I'll have a couple glasses of wine. People say, "Oh, that's a lot of sugar in there." Yeah, but I didn't have no sugar all day. You know what I mean? So a couple glasses of wine, it's not going to hurt me. And then somebody will have a shake, or whatever. That's they're tolerant to that. Okay, so I don't try to preach that to nobody.
Now, Ron's posed a question. He says, "Have anybody tried chicken flour?" I have not. I don't even know where to buy it.
Is that a dry egg?
I was gonna say, is that like egg white powder? I don't. Yeah. I mean, it's like chicken meat ground up. I mean, I've done things with ground chicken meat.
Do you dehydrate it?
Yeah, how do
That's
you?
what I'm assuming is you dehydrate it and then grind it, right?
Gotta be.
I have not tried it for anything.
Yeah, 100% right.
I'm also not very adventurous. Almond flour I've used.
So, but anyway,
I got to be more budget friendly.
Yeah, there we go.
Because when we went trying to get like, there was a keto like Bisquick like mix, but it was 4 times the price of regular Bisquick, and I was like, "Come on,
it's the money."
Carb Quick. I have some right now.
Morgan, hello, how you doing?
7 almonds it took you to make that? No.
Well, just like the grass fed. I mean, come on, you know what I mean? Are you eating grass fed steaks? No, I can't afford it. Number one.
Exactly.
I
Steaks
mean?
don't eat grass.
Yeah. So
The cow does.
Yeah.
Right. I wasn't in the field when it was served dinner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's amazing. You just how they put the price tag. But you know what?
It's
Out of all of us-
marketing.
Yeah,
is what
out
it
of all of
is.
us-
It's a
out
lot of
all us,
marketing.
we're surviving it. We're surviving. We know better. Somebody who's just starting out. What would you tell somebody who's just starting out?
Oh, okay. Oh,
Miss
No,
it?
you
He
go
says-
ahead, Juice. I mean, you.
it says make your own, cook the chicken, then dehydrate it,
Yeah,
and then grind it into a flour.
Oh,
feels like a waste of chicken to me. I don't know. I mean, not that it's not good, but
I don't know.
Huh.
I would probably eat half of it before I could dry
do you
it.
use it to bake with, or that's? I guess. I mean, I guess so, right? I'm not.
I
That's
imagine
what,
Chicken
I mean,
cake.
that-
grinds
that-
for, right?
that's got to
The
take a
things
lot of
people
chicken
come
though
up
to
with
do
are
that.
so impressive to me. I'm like, you can do what with that? Like cottage cheese. There's this big cottage cheese trend, and I never had cottage cheese. I found out it was because my mama didn't like it, so we never just grew up eating it or nothing.
I was going to ask
And I'm
you
like,
if you tried
you
it.
can make so much stuff with cottage
Oh.
cheese and eggs is my new jam. Man, it
One
changes
of
it.
the-
It's so good.
One of the
Okay.
best desserts we ever had growing up was you get the little bowl and you put about a cup or so of cottage cheese and pineapple rings on top.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's what
Oh,
everybody
yeah.
says they like to add my
We would tear that up.
yeah,
You like
and
peanut
it's
butter and ice
good. It's good. I just had no idea. So I like to watch these things, and just like y'all sort of said too, you can make it a keto version, but still know it's a keto version.
Yeah.
Right,
It is not the
exactly.
real thing. It is a likeness too, but sometimes that's all you need. But again, I like to keep it simple. I do make treats. Like I just made the cake mix cookies with Jello. It was great. Now I can only eat like 2 of them because it has maltodextrin in it, and that's one of the sugars that don't. It's basically like sugar for me. Like my body just goes, "Whoa, you had so much
Yeah.
sugar," even though it's not sugar, right?
Yeah.
That's
But
your
then
Sunday
other ones
meal, right?
don't do that.
That's your Sunday meal, right?
It was my treat. It was my
Yeah,
treat.
that's the Sunday breakfast right there.
Yeah,
You
right.
know,
Well,
those-
I might have had a
those-
cookie for breakfast the other day. I'm not going to talk about that day though, but I mean, right. But it is about finding out what works for you and what doesn't
That's
work
it.
for you. Because, like you were saying, Tom, some of the substitutes you can't handle as a diabetic, and it's so individualistic, which is what makes it hard. And so you had asked, what is the one thing that I would tell people that were starting? Is I would say, whatever you choose, stick with it.
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
Whatever you choose, stick with it,
Consistency.
and see
Great
where
point.
you go.
What did you
I'm sorry.
find? Because I always talk about this. Whenever you start a new lifestyle change, diet, whatever,
Mhm.
you go straight to the baked goods. If I can't make a cake, I ain't doing this. If I can't have my brownies or my cookies, what was your aha moment where you said, I can't do this if I can't have this?
I mean, when I first started, I'm not gonna lie, my big thing was, you mean I can't have garlic bread? What are you talking about? I could eat. I could eat the whole loaf.
Okay.
That's a good one.
Bread
Yeah.
was my weakness, and I was like, "You mean I can't have bread? I don't think I can do this."
Boy, that's
And
me.
then I kind of went really strict when I first started. I didn't really have very many treats. I kept it super low carb. The only carbs were vegetables for the most part.
Thanks, Lana.
And then I added in as I went. But yeah, for me, bread was
That's
a
me.
real big one that almost made me think I wouldn't be able to keep it sustainable.
Mhm.
And that's why it's kind of so funny for me now, as I've 3.5 years in, and I'm learning to make my own healthiest version of a bread that I can have every once in a while, right? So
Yeah.
I worked so hard, and then I kind of got it back. So the thing is you can have anything you want, but do you really want it? Do you want the way it'll make you feel?
So I tried
Salmon,
the
Hey Mojo.
Arnold keto bread. Have you tried that?
Yeah,
The- which kind?
Arnold.
It's made by Arnold, but it's
Mm-mm.
a keto bread. It's in the
Yeah.
sliced breads. That's really good. And I didn't realize how much I missed a cold meat sandwich.
Oh, mm-hmm.
And then I was like, oh my goodness.
It's got too many
keto,
carbs for me.
And how many ingredients is in with it? That's the problem.
Probably 100.
So
That's the thing.
Yeah. So coming from the culinary world,
It's
okay.
Tom.
Get off his shoulder.
Yeah.
You
Oh, no,
know,
he's
you were
in
trained
your
to
belly right now.
You were trained to what would you put out for food wise? Okay. Now they have the microgreens and stuff. You see these guys on TV putting these little things out. Okay. No. We were taught you had to have a protein. Okay. You had to have a vegetable. Okay. You also had to have a carbohydrate. You had to have the potatoes, starchy potatoes, this and that, and then a salad and a drink. Okay. So for the many years that I cooked professionally, I probably hurt a lot of people by putting that kind of stuff out. Okay. So now when I watch YouTube, and that, in the beginning, I'm saying, oh, maybe we can try that. No, maybe we can try this. Oh, this guy looks like he knows what he's talking about. Try this, try that. Okay. There's no keto bread. Okay. All right. I mean, there's none of that stuff. Okay. There's nothing in a box that's going to help you the way I look at it. Okay. So I'm saying, why are they saying to people, well, you can have this. It's keto friendly. Who said it's keto friendly? Who's the guy that says it's keto friendly? That's what I mean. So,
well, I mean, in my mind, it's keto friendly because it helps me not eat the things that will make me feel worse. And so for me, it's sustainability. And but again, it's everything in moderation when it comes to those types of things, right? And you have to know how it makes you feel.
Yeah, that's right.
And I agree. I got to the point, just like you said, Tom, I got to the point where I wanted bread. I liked the keto bread. It was really good. And then I was like, or I could go a little bit higher carb, not as often, and make bread that I know has organic flour, water, and salt. And that's it, because I made it myself.
There you go. That's what I was driving at.
Yeah,
that's exactly what I was driving at.
Yeah.
To put this in, to put this dextrose in, put this other here, this shelf life enhancer. Okay. I got into it. I got into an argument with somebody about xanthan gum. Okay?
Oh yeah.
All right. And no, you can use that. That's keto friendly. I said, do you know exactly what xanthan gum is? Okay, it's a derivative from sugar. That's just what it is. It's shelf stable. Ketchups, everything that you look that's not refrigerated on a shelf has xanthan gum in it. That's the killer for me. So I can't use it. Not saying you can't use it. It doesn't bother you and stuff like that. So there's that line right there. You know, you said it before. The whole idea is mental. Misty, you don't have that. You can have that potato tomorrow, not today.
Yeah, absolutely. That saved me from so many French fries. I can't even tell you.
And this guy up in the other corner here, my partner,
I don't know what you're talking about.
Not you.
Other corner.
The other
corner.
He always said, and it stuck to me, that you do you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And people got to get a handle on that. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
You know, what I cook. Anybody can eat, whether you're keto or not. You want to add your little stuff to it here and there, knock yourself silly. Okay. But this is the way I have to do it for me.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And Marie, there's nothing wrong with my wife. Nothing. She don't take a pill I got to fight with her to take her vitamins. Okay. She went keto. Didn't have to. Okay. She lost 59 pounds, almost 60 pounds. All right. Wow. And does not complain about it one iota. Well, once in a while she complains about me, but the whole idea is that anybody can do it. You don't have to be sickly. You don't have to, be whatever, but you want to get healthy,
Yeah, absolutely. And it's so individualistic. And that's on my channel. I do talk about the way that I eat. And a lot of people have commented to me that they like that I don't talk about keto like a diet. And I'm like, that's because it's not for me. Yeah. I didn't eat keto just to lose weight. I ate it because it made me feel my best. And if it doesn't make you feel your best, then don't eat that. Right.
Yeah.
Whatever it is. So
yeah.
I tell people
it's
all
a
the
hard
time.
line because people want to, like, they see me and they're like, you've been so successful. I want to do it exactly like you did. I'm like, don't do that. You'll fail. Do it. You do you, boo. You do you. But I can help give you and show you the things that have worked for me. But it's just pick something, stick with it.
Right.
And what I'm finding is, like, we went to pizza, my sister-in-law and brother-in-law took us out to this pizza place. And of course, God, I try the pizza. But I got a side salad, so that filled up majority of me. So instead of having 6 slices of pizza, I had 2.
There you go.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
My friend,
You can
my
scrape
friends
off
will
the
laugh.
toppings. You can scrape off the toppings, but really, I'm gonna cheat. You gotta try the crust.
I mean, if you have to, you have to, right? I mean, don't get a thin crust if you can or whatever, right? But my
I
friends
got a
make
sweet
fun of me all the
salad,
time.
too.
They're like, "Oh, she's prioritizing her protein again," because I want to eat all of that and make sure that I'm not actually full before I eat the things
Right.
that may not make me feel as well, because I'm probably gonna eat less of them. So yeah, a big salad before something like that, absolutely, that's a great tip.
Yep.
Well,
I do that a
had-
lot. Where we'll go somewhere and I'll just get the side salad instead of I'll pay the extra couple bucks, but I get the side salad. That way, if I do eat the sandwich with the bun, I'm not eating fries.
Yeah.
So I have that kind of
Modify, yeah,
Yep.
absolutely,
moderation.
make it work.
A year ago, I was in New York City, and they said the folks we were with said, "Oh, you got to have New York pizza," and they said, "Well, you could take the toppings off," and I'm like, "No, I'm in New York. This is the first time I've been here. You think I'm gonna turn down a chance to have a slice of New York pizza?
That's right.
Heck no."
That's right.
I was surprised. This place that we went to the other day, when we were staying in Annapolis on our way over to Delaware, they had crab cakes, and they're like, "We're well known for our crab cakes," and I was like, "Oh, geez, okay." And they broil them instead of fry them.
Okay.
I mean, they were huge, but they broil them instead of fry.
Yeah.
And I was like, "Sign me up."
Not too many bad ingredients in it. Maybe a little bit of breadcrumbs in there. A lot of places use Ritz cracker or something like that. It's not gonna,
Right.
the whole idea, if you're going to go out, you're gonna eat. You know yourself what you can have and what you can't have.
Mhm.
Right.
Okay, so I mean, if you're going to go with 4 pizza pies for no, you can't do that. I mean, just
That
forget
won't
it.
work for you. That ain't gonna
That's
work.
just like my uncle would eat apple pie with ice cream on it, right? And then ask for a tab. Back in the day, diet soda. What the hell are you doing? It's not helping.
I'm
Yeah,
here to
give
tell
me 2
you.
Big Macs, a large fry, and a Diet Coke.
Yeah.
I'm here to tell you. My mama drank Tab. I popped the top on one of them. And I took a sip, and I said, "Nope."
See, the thing is,
I'm
we can all
telling
bitch.
you.
We can all bitch about what don't eat this. And what we got to worry about is the future. Okay, of how we're going to handle this. Like I said, I'm banging on 69 next month. Okay, and I tell you what, I feel better now than I did back in my 30s. Okay,
Absolutely.
and it's scary to know that and try. And then I watch my grandkids. I watch them shovel down some junk. Okay, and I'm saying, "Oh God, my dad would put me in a coma." So what is your future looking like there, Misty?
I mean, it's going to look pretty similar to what I'm doing now. I'm going to wake up, I'm going to work out, I'm going to eat some meat and some vegetables and, take care of myself and do happy things instead of just thinking happy thoughts. I actually had a conversation the other night and I was like, people used to ask me, do you want to? And it didn't matter what you were going to say after that. My answer was no, I don't want to. Because I didn't feel like doing anything.
Mhm.
I was passively killing myself. That's the truth. I was killing myself by doing absolutely nothing to make myself healthier.
Wow.
And part of the reason that it's been so easy to stay consistent and disciplined is I feel amazing. And why did I wait so long? But then
There you go.
my coach
How do you
always
think I
reminds me
feel?
too.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, but the thing is, you've waited the perfect amount of time to finally make it work for you. So it took me, well, I'm 48 now, but I started when I was 44. So it took me 44 years to figure it out. Yeah, I told my coach the other day, I was born ready. It just took me 44 years to start. So start today. There's not even a reason to wait another minute. If you're ready to start doing things, what healthy thing can you add? And I hope to just continue to share that message with others to empower themselves to be the happiest, healthiest version of themselves and to know that you're worth it. And it is not easy. And the thing about a lifestyle change that I didn't realize going in, it's for the rest of your life. But get ready because it's going to be
Well
the
put.
best one you've had so far.
Well
Yeah.
put. Well put.
I like that.
I mean, yeah.
It's
That just the motivation that you just give just watching you talking to you. I mean, it's there. It's a different conversation that you would have with somebody else. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
and just you're positive the way you're doing it. With the exercise, that was a big thing. That was a big thing to
The
watch.
exercise has been huge for me. I'm not going to lie I'm not going to lie about it. I think resistance training for both men but especially for women, which is a large part of my audience, right? Women don't want to. I don't want to be bulky like a man. Are you going to take testosterone? Because you're not going to be. You're not even working out right now. What makes you think you're going to end up like Arnold Schwarzenegger, right? Like you're doing.
There you go.
First of all, not to be mean, sorry, whatever.
Yeah.
But
Your voice is not going to drop 3 octaves.
Exactly right. You're just going to get lean muscle mass and you're going to feel healthier and your bones are going to get stronger because people say it's about your lifespan. But what I have learned is it's really about your health span. How much of that life can you spend in your healthiest version? And that's the part that you need to focus on.
Yeah.
And just looking forward to doing more fun things, getting even more physically fit and sharing that and helping other people along that journey. That's, like I said, part of why I got certified to do it is to have the knowledge and be able to assist others who would like to do that and realize that they're worth it. It takes a lot of mental work and sometimes I cry, but that's okay too, because most of the time I'm super happy these days. And
So on those days that you wake up and you're like, screw this, I don't want to do this. How do you get through that? How do you get past that block?
Yeah, to be really honest, so the first thing that I normally do when I get up for the day is I work out, and there are days where I wake up and I'm like, oh, not today. I didn't go to sleep. I might not have had a good meal the night before or something, one that made me tired. And I'll be really honest. I think it's Mel Robbins. It's the 3, 2, 1, go. And so you're just laying there and you're like, all right, it's time to get up and go work out. 3, 2, 1, go. And then you just do it. You just move your body and you immediately start whatever action it is, right? So that's one way to do something that I don't want to do or do something that I don't want to do. And then when it comes to food, for me, I don't eat foods that I haven't planned for today, because for me, it was the instant gratification. Every time I would leave my house, I wanted to stop by the gas station and get something because that's what I always did. Routine, habit. It's habits you don't even realize. I realized the other day that I put my food so far away from me and lean over it because I didn't want to get food on my belly. And now I realized I can move that much closer to myself, but it was so habitualized, I didn't even realize I was doing it.
So that's the opposite for me because I had a shelf.
Yeah,
I used to have a shelf.
I do miss the shelf sometimes, especially when you're watching a movie.
My wife said to me a while back that she said, "You know what I noticed you haven't been doing?" I said, "What's that?" She said, "Stand in front of the refrigerator, open the door, and looking in."
Yeah.
What's next to eat? I don't do that anymore.
That's a big one.
The first time, it was amazing. It was like, wow. I had that wow moment. Was when we had, are you ready to eat? Nope. I'm not hungry. Okay. You ready to eat now? Nope, not hungry. Well, are you going to cook? Yeah, I'm going to cook. So I'll make something. Well, when? It's 6 o'clock. When are you going to? Oh, geez, 6 o'clock. Okay. But I wasn't hungry. You know what I mean? So we just made, that was like the bases loaded, get up and put one out in center field. Okay. Home run for me because bingo. Everybody was at that time, everybody was talking about intermittent fasting. All you got to do. I did it without even knowing I was doing it.
Mm-hmm.
And that was like ching, a really good moment for me. And that's why I stuck with it. You know what I mean? You can do it.
Yeah, and that's why sometimes I have to remind myself to eat or be reminded by others because I'll just be full. I'm satiated. I have had plenty of protein and fat in my body. And once you get fat adapted, you eat a little bit of fat, you can fuel on that for a while, right? And if you're eating like good protein sources and things like that, people don't believe it, but you're not hungry. Because it's not a diet. It's a way of eating that makes you feel really good and satiated, at least for me. I mean, again, everybody's different. It may not be for everybody, but for those of you it works for, it's great. Try it.
Do you set yourself a time limit on your workout, or you just do it until you feel you're done?
Well, I work out with my coach online. So I work out with her 6 days a week, and she does live streams on Tuesdays and Thursdays. So It's eight times a week. So I basically work out with her every day, Monday through Saturday. With the occasion on Tuesdays and Thursdays, I'll walk with my best friend. She's actually injured her knee as well, so she can't do all of the workouts, but she's walking. So I go walk with her because I love her. And it's still a good workout for me. I wear my weighted vest to, make it a little bit extra. But yeah, I do about an hour a day, 30 minutes on Saturday, and then my active recovery day, as I call it, I go for like a 2 to 5 mile walk, depending on if we're healthy or not. Depends on how far we walk. But we walk at least 2 miles every Sunday just to, get that physical activity in. Where I started though was 5 minutes. And that's why people are like, I'm going to go big or go home. Well, get ready to go home because you went way too big. You were not ready for that. And I just want people to know that it's okay. 5 minutes when you're just starting is a lot.
That's a lot.
That's a long time. I did a 6-minute wall sit, like you said. That's a long time to do anything when you're first starting. Yeah. And I've said this before. My mom told me do 5 minutes a day. And if you do that and you're done, then you've done your 5 minutes. But if you do it and then you're like, maybe I have 5 more. And I'll be honest, there's a whole bunch of days still where it's about 15 minutes into boot camp. And I'll be like, are we done? Is it time to quit yet? Oh, no. I still got 45 more minutes. Oh, this is going to take forever. And then it's done. And the one thing you never regret is the workout that you did do.
Yeah. That's good advice right there. And you put it in a perfect way too. Definitely the right way. I would say after being in the bed for a month, okay, I said this is bullcrap. Yeah. Okay. And Maria had to dig out my walker in the closet, had to get the canes back out again. I said, I don't want to go through this. I definitely don't want to go through this. But there again, one day at a time, and that's where I'm at now. But I'm getting around much better. Okay, I stand by the stove and cook a little bit. Marie's happy as hell with that. Not only am I doing keto, but I'm doing a picky ass keto. She said, "Why do you gotta be that way?" But it's all good.
He's been crippled with his leg, and I've been battling the hand. So.
Yeah, it's all about finding out what you can do, right? There's a progression to every exercise. There's a modification to do. Well, and that's what I tell people too. When I did first start working out, even with my coach Kirsten, I was doing her challenge and she was doing push-ups. So I got down on the floor like I could do a push-up. What? Did I think I was going to be pushing up? I can't do no push-up. So I started push-ups against a wall, and there's nothing wrong with that. It's like people are worried about girl push-ups, whatever. I couldn't even do one on my knees. You start where you're at, you stay consistent at it, and then all of a sudden you can do a regular push-up.
Yep.
It's starting where you're at and being okay with that and just making yourself better.
And you got the support system.
Exactly.
That's the big thing.
I love my support system. My community is vital to me now. They are my why to do these things, is to connect with people, to share with people, because when my motivation is fleeting, just the fact that they're there is enough to show up. I'll show up for my coach because she's wanting me to be there.
I had a friend. We were walking by this place, and in there it was a gym, and he looked in and he saw this man doing the quote girl push-ups, and he started making fun. He said, "Oh, look at that, he's got to do the girl push-ups." I said, "Yeah, that's a better push-up than you're doing right now."
Exactly.
And he goes,
"Exactly what I was going to say."
I said, "When's the last time you did a push-up?" "I don't know." I said, "Then where you get off getting on him for doing what he's doing? He's doing more push-ups than you."
Yeah, well, just like with food, there's so many societal norms around food. You use it as a form of celebration. You use it when you're happy. You use it when you're sad, right? Well, everything is sort of like that, even fitness on some level, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's there again. I blame it on stigmas and the way things are supposed to be done. Well, this guy does that.
Right.
You got to do it that way.
Yeah. And so people want to do a 30-minute workout. Yeah.
Yeah. That hurts more people than it does. Well, I'm not going to walk for 2 miles. Are you crazy? Okay. Well, then walk a half a mile. you know, I mean, it's just I learned that the hard way because I was.
Oh,
that
me
guy,
too.
Oh,
I was
yeah.
that guy. Get the hell out of here! I'm going to the bar, have a drink and a sandwich.
Yeah, there you go.
Well, you know what?
There
Damn
you
it, I
go.
paid for it. I really paid for it. Really did. The
Well-
medications alone, okay, that I got off of was a big check mark. Now
Yeah.
I don't have to go and get my stuff done for a year.
But Tom, on the way home from the bar, when you were walking, you were shaking, so you were burning calories as you were walking.
I wasn't walking, Lee. I'm telling you right now, I had somebody carrying me.
You were shaking, stumbling all over the place. I'm getting home.
Too funny. Too funny.
That's funny. But yeah, so many people have an expectation of what a workout is, but it's different for everybody. Like people go to the gym and they love the gym, and I'm not saying there's anything wrong with the gym. I just don't do that. It's not what's good for me. You have to enjoy it. If you enjoy walking, walk. I'll be honest, walking's not my favorite. It's not my jam. It's real boring for me. I get real bored. I'd rather do a strength workout any day of the week, but I also walk because I do know it makes me feel better to get out there and move and be in the fresh air, right? So
That's the God's honest truth, right there.
don't let the expectation of what fitness is, don't let the expectation of what keto is, stop you from doing it, because it's individualistic. It's your keto journey. It's your fitness journey, whatever it is, right?
Mm-hmm.
It takes work. You have to find what works for you. And sometimes you fail miserably. It's a 2-step, right? It's the cha-cha, 1 step forward, sometimes 12 steps back, but that's okay. As long as you keep cha-cha, and eventually you're gonna get to your happiest, healthiest version of yourself. So, or that's what I believe.
That's the truth.
It's working for me, so I know it's possible.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, we've been at it for a little over an hour.
Oh my goodness, we have. That's fun.
I just looked up at the clock and saw it, and I'm like, holy moly.
I'm a talker. What can I say?
This was very interesting, and I'm glad that you accepted to come on with us.
Oh, me too. You made my day. You made my day.
This crowd that that we're involved with here is very helpful, very friendly, and
I love it.
A lot of people not afraid to speak up and say, "Hey, try this or do that." Great. Lee, what's up, buddy?
I'm all good, man. That was a great conversation.
Okay, really good. Mike, it's up to you.
Well, folks, appreciate all y'all joining us. If you hadn't gone to see Misty's channel, please go check it out. It's a great channel. Your pal Misty, and she is definitely that. She lives up to every bit of that name.
Thank you.
And I want to thank you for coming on. It has been a pleasure. You are a dear friend, and I cherish your friendship. And I want to bring you back and do this again sometime.
Yeah, sure. Absolutely. I love to be here. I love to talk with people. I love to meet new people. Y'all have a really good community here, like I said. So, I'm very excited. Make sure you tell Paige hi for me, too.
I'll do it. Paige is a big fan.
I'd love to come back.
Paige is a big fan of Misty's also. She loves watching her stuff. Paige does not leave comments. She will watch a lot of videos.
That's fine.
But she won't even comment on my videos.
At least your wife watches your videos.
That's funny as hell.
Wow.
All right.
But I appreciate it. Thank you, Mike. That's very kind. It's been fun. It's been fun getting to know you, and then all these other people that I've met through you. So I appreciate the opportunity, and thanks for having me this evening. Tom is the one thing that people give freely that is so valuable. So I appreciate it.
Yep, you're awesome. That's all.
Thanks,
I can't say no more than that. She's
rock.
actually the truth right there.
You rock.
Thank you.
Yes, you do. Yes, you do.
Thank you.
Yep. All right, folks. So until the next time, y'all
Next
all
week,
be careful out there.
Yeah, next week I'm doing a live cook, so we'll explain that a little later.
All right. Ooh,
Sounds good. Yeah, I'll see you real soon.
There you go. All
Stick
right,
around,
folks.
everybody.
Y'all take care.
Not all.